It is what it is.
Welcome to the wonderful world of Weaver. I'm your host, Gitsy Weaver,
And I'm 40 Grit.
and he's interrupting 40 Great.
No.
Welcome to another episode of Goofing Off, where we just sit and bull crap about anything. Why are you mooing?
I'm interrupting 40 Grit.
No, that would be an interrupting cow.
What's a 40 Grit sound like?
I don't know. That's 40 Grit. Let's put your finger on it. See what it sounds like.
For those wondering, it's a belt sander.
Yes, actually, it is a belt sander.
And there's the workshop.
Some of it, anyways.
For a little bit of understanding, we are currently in my basement in my home at address.
Yeah, he's not giving that away.
Though any hacker worth their salt could probably find it.
More than likely. But
I don't have anything of value.
Nope, he's poor. He's broke as a joke and half as funny, because man, he ain't got no money. No, but my workshop down here is predominantly made to make large weapons such as foam swords, axes, hammers, other stuff like that. Anything that's basically made out of foam,
yeah.
I can make it down here.
Later this month or early next month, it's September, by the way.
Yeah.
He's actually going to be constructing a Pico hammer for my wife's Halloween costume. She's going to be Amy the Hedgehog.
And he's going to be Sonic the Hedgehog, or Shadow.
My son's going to be Sonic.
Yeah, apparently there's a big following for the Sonic and Amy relationship. That's what the new anime people are calling it. I know.
You anime people, you confuse me.
Yeah, we do.
I love you. Don't get me wrong. Let your geek flag fly. I've always said if you're going to love something, love it passionately. I even tell my son all the time, he's only 5, so he doesn't know what I'm talking about. I tell him I don't care what you do. I don't care if you play football, if you do dance, if you do movies, if you do YouTube videos. Do it to the fullest and never quit.
Pretty much what we're doing right now.
Now, I'm not saying don't take an exit. Like the season's over and you want to get out of football, that's fine. But don't ever quit.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, you're probably going to see a lot of goofing off videos because, well, it's just fun to ramble into a camera.
And this is basically what we do anyway, so why not record it? But one of the things that I'm going to be doing down in my workshop is modding Nerf guns, painting them and making them into, props for cosplays, and maybe even selling them, and hopefully those people will be using them for our own personal art that we're currently developing called New Eden.
Oh, we're going to talk about that?
Why not? This is Goofing Off. We talk about anything.
I don't really have the book with me, so...
We don't need the book.
We spent almost 9.5 months so far constructing a rule book. And right now we're looking at the issue of finding players and finding people to be willing to get out there and test it with us. We're still looking at lands and things like that. So this is a fully functional live-action role-play set not in a fantasy game, but a sci-fi game.
And Nerf guns are going to be our primary way of combat. Now,
that
9.5 months he's saying was stretched over 2 years. We've been working on this for 2 years now.
Well, off and on.
Yeah, 9 months stretched over 2 years.
Yes, that's what off and on means.
Exactly.
So we're saying the same thing.
Yes.
And back to this.
But I'm going to be modding and changing Nerf guns, and one of the things that I want to start doing is trying to turn Nerf guns into functioning Nerf guns for like Halo and Destiny and a few other things like that. What?
You mean make props?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were saying use Nerf guns on the video games themselves.
No.
Like shooting the television. I was like, what multi-million-dollar idea is stuck in your head this time?
That as cool as that would be, I don't think it would ever actually happen.
Microsoft, get on it.
Comic books.
What about them?
What's your favorite one?
That is a good question right now. I'm a huge comic book fan. I can't afford to get them all on hardcover or realistic, so I do a lot of CBMs, things like that. But at the same time, I really feel like DC.
Look at the camera.
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
These
Because I
are
will
not the
hunt you
droids we're
down.
looking for.
I will find you, and I will end you. So, I really feel that DC is bringing the story right now. I think Convergence was terrible. I was so lost and confused. That was definitely for the old school people who were looking at the past issues and the past worlds they constructed. And I'm a New 52 on. I've read a little bit prior to New 52, but in all reality, and I keep looking here because I'm looking at the screen. And
Yeah, that's what I'm doing
it's
too.
awkward to have it up there.
I know. Well, here, let's do this. I'll take this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oops.
No, you enlarged me now.
I didn't mean to do that.
He's trying to move it, which I don't understand why he just doesn't use his finger on the touch screen.
Because it doesn't work that way.
What are you doing now?
It only stretches it out.
You can't move it side to side?
Nope.
Well, that sucks.
It really does.
Wait, there we go.
Right there.
Is that better?
It
Was
should
it
be.
just this that was getting to you, or this?
No, it was getting to you, so I was moving it to where you didn't have to worry about it.
Okay, so New 52, I really enjoyed the Batman, and Superman was really lacking until just recently when they stripped him of his powers.
Wait, they stripped him of his powers?
Yes, and don't ask me how. They haven't explained it yet. They're doing it all Quentin Tarantino or for the Latin people in the house in media res.
Well, that would solve the whole who would win in a fight between Goku and Superman.
Oh yeah, he is so depowered now. Can't fly. I've seen no evidence of heat vision or anything of the nature. He's just really
Wait,
strong.
is this after he used his solar flare?
Yes, but it's not in complete connection to that. They're doing this whole crossover thing with Batman because, of course, spoilers, I'm sorry. Batman is dead. Sort of, kind of. Mind erased-ish.
But Batman is a Time Lord. He's going to regenerate.
Not yet, he's not. Jim Gordon has become the Batman, and he's fully functional with a suit, a robotic suit. And I thought it was just going to be a gimmick for a few issues, but from the looks of it, they wanted to stick around for a little bit. They want to see where Jim Gordon's going to go. They're giving him some of his own villains. You're seeing some of the other Bat family interact with him, and it's just being a wild ride. And at the same time, you've got Justice League, where they're getting ready to do the Dark Side War, where he's fighting the Anti-Monitor, and Batman has just sat down in the Monitor's chair.
Oh.
And the first question he asks is, who killed my parents? Which he knows the answer, Joe Chill, so he verifies the thing. The second question he answers, what's the Joker's real name?
Oh, dear God.
King, and we never know. But Batman knows. But in the Batman series, his brain's basically been erased. So it's kind of like a lead up to nothing, because you already know it's just useless.
Didn't he become a god?
Sort of. He is godlike at this current moment.
So, in Batman, he's dead, but he's a god.
Okay, so there was Endgame with the Joker. And that was the Joker's big finale kind of things. He's been gone for like 2 years, ever since Death in the Family. He came back, caused a whole bunch of ruckus, and then he disappeared again. And he came back
I thought it
because...
was Death of the Family.
Possibly? Don't quote me?
Because Death in the Family is where Jason Todd dies.
I could have swore it was in. Possibly of. Moving on. Batman basically chucks Joker off a cliff.
Fun.
And it's down in the Batcave, and he chucks him down off this cliff to die. So the Joker kind of feels like, well, Sally, if you don't want to play anymore, we'll just end this. So he brings out Endgame, where he literally takes over the entire Justice League, strips Batman of everything, releases a Joker virus in the city that is unstoppable, so the whole city is crippled, and it leaves Batman fighting for his life down in the middle of the caves of Gotham, where he is basically on his final leg with the Joker, and they both supposedly die. Spoilers once again. There is a Lazarus chemical solution, and it gets into his body, kind of like Ra's al Ghul, but it's more primal. and it heals him. We don't know if the Joker survived. We know he survived, but there is nothing left of the original Batman. He has no memory, nothing. It's gone. So that's DC. I'm enjoying a bunch of titles in DC right now. There's Justice League United. There's We Are Robin. There's Son of Batman.
We Are Robin.
Yes, it's where since Batman's gone, a lot of the kids of Gotham are stepping up and wearing the colors and clothes of Robin to fight crime in his place.
I'm gonna have to start reading that.
I told you were going to start reading that. You just don't listen.
Just so you know, I have a lot of comic books that I need to go to, spanning like what, 3-4 years?
Possibly.
Yeah. So
which I gave him.
Yeah.
Now, in all fairness, though, he knows anime. I will not step against anime with him. If he tells me it's pronounced a certain way or something happens, I'm like, okay.
I do know anime. I know anime very well, and I am currently watching Dragon Ball Super from in Japanese with the English subtitles.
I'm watching it, but I'm like 5 episodes behind.
Yeah, and we're to the point to where he became the Super Saiyan gods, and he's fighting Beerus, and it is getting
red
intense.
or blue.
Red.
Oh, okay.
The first one. He's Super Saiyan God.
I love that.
I
love that. I love that to go a step above Super Saiyan. You go from blonde to being ginger. So apparently to become a god, you have to lose your soul. That's right. I said it.
He's not technically ginger because it's actually red. It's not orange red.
Tell it to your beard.
This is a dark orange red.
That's red.
This is a dark
It's
orange
almost as red as your shirt. It's almost like your
shirt.
It's
not almost as red as my shirt.
Just kind of blend together.
Really?
My wife's a redhead. My son's a redhead. I'm doing God's work here, people.
They're orange red, not red, like Dragon Ball Super.
Doesn't matter.
But the fight between Goku and Beerus is really getting intense, and I cannot wait for episode 11 to come out next week so I can...
The movies were so weak. Are the episodes better?
The episodes are longer, but the fighting... Sorry. But the fighting between Beerus and Goku... The fighting between Beerus and Goku is a lot more intense.
That's good, because that was my biggest issue with the movies, is it was so weak.
Actually, a lot of the people who are watching Dragon Ball Super do not like the animation style because they think they got lazy with it.
I like the sharp angles.
Well, it's not the fact that it's sharp angles, but if you look at like stills of it, it looks like a child drew it.
I thought that's what they were going for, was that rudimentary strength in lines.
I don't know.
By the way, I don't know anime, but I know art, and I love art.
Even though he can't draw worth crap.
No.
But if you look at stills of like when Goku is further away, they don't even give him a face at all whatsoever. It's just his blonde hair, faceless, and then body when it's like really far away. And when in other animes, when somebody's really far away, you can still see their facial features, so to speak. That's his drawing right there.
That's the best I can do. That right there. That's it.
I can do 10 times better. 100 times.
Take you a lot longer, though.
It does take me a lot longer, but...
I'm efficient.
You're efficiently sucky.
Yeah.
But...
Ooh, we should play chess.
I don't think
we should do a video where we're playing chess.
I don't think people are going to want to watch us play chess.
Leave it in a comment below. If you want us to see us play chess, then please like the video, comment, and subscribe. They say that on YouTube, right?
Yes, they say that on YouTube. I was going to eventually start doing that, but I wasn't going to do it this soon.
I'll whore it out.
Yeah, he'll be my little whore.
I work hard for my money. So hard for the honey.
Don't do that.
I work hard for my money.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Stop.
Sorry. When the music comes on, you gotta dance.
Yeah.
Music's in my head. Just saying.
What?
Music's in my head.
Yeah, this coming from the person who doesn't have a soundtrack when he dreams.
Why would you have a soundtrack? Please comment if that's normal. If you have a soundtrack when you dream. I'm not talking about sound effects or people talking. Music playing in your dreams. That sounds insane to me.
Well, I have had soundtracks in my dreams before because I have woken up not knowing what a song was in my dream and gone, I have to figure this out before it drives me nuts. I told this guy once about the song that was in my dream that I was trying to figure out, and he was like, "That's not normal."
It's not. Or maybe it is. Comment, please. I'd love to hear something. How long are these going to be anyway? What's our timestamp?
Under half an hour.
Oh, okay. If people find this entertaining, then more power to them. I mean, please feel free, like, to listen to it like a podcast or something. Because we're not doing really anything interesting with our hands or our faces.
Yeah, so if you just want to listen to us ramble on, go ahead and, minimize the screen and go to other web pages, play on Facebook,
And please feel free to hate. Leave all the hate mail you want in the comments below. I love it. I'm a Leo. I will feed off it. Oh,
I'm a Virgo, so I'll just go whatever.
hate on me.
Stop it.
It's like sunlight to Superman.
Wow.
Back to comics. Marvel is in the middle of Secret Wars, and I mentioned possibly doing a 9-part review of that, just the main title, because it's going insane. Marvel, it feels like they're kind of following DC's footsteps when it comes to the Convergence series, but they're doing it so much better. Instead of just 2 issues, they're doing mini arcs, 5, 6 issues, and some 4, and it's all divided into systems. So you have all the Marvel universes collapsed into one world, where they have to interact and exist with all the different franchises basically pushed into one system. So you have Doom as the god. This is just a quick review. Doom as god, and he made the world, and he put every universe into its own little country, and at the bottom of the world is a giant wall protecting everybody from Ultron and the zombies.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Speaking of Marvel, what do you think about Captain America Civil War?
I don't know. On one hand, I trust Marvel with everything right now. I mean, they can't be stopped with Netflix, Daredevil, though I didn't like the fact they released the entire series right off the bat because people like me don't have time to watch it all. Maybe I'm a lazy nerd. I don't know. I have a lot of interests and I'm a family man. But
A lazy nerd.
I'm a lazy nerd. Except for comics. I am on comics.
He's on comics like white on rice.
White on rice on a paper plate in the snowstorm. But, and I love Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So excited for the new season. Agent Peggy Carter. It's just, but the Civil War, I don't know. I think they might be reaching too far. I loved what they did with Ultron, but from the pictures I've seen so far, I don't know. I haven't seen anything with Spider-Man or a lot of these tertiary characters they created, Scarlet Witch, things like that. I don't know if they're going to bring back Pietro because technically his healing powers could describe that he survives that. He's just in a coma while his body rebuilds itself. Big thing in comic books. But I don't know if they're going to do it with the Marvel Universe. They did it with Phil Coulson, so I don't know. Maybe he'll show up on Adventures or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Small little tidbit here.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that both the kids that played in Kick-Ass also played both versions of Quicksilver?
Yes, I did. I saw that meme. It was great. That moment you see Quicksilver with Quicksilver.
The moment you realize
he was his own best friend.
The moment you realize both Quicksilvers weren't Jackass.
I mean, Kick-Ass.
Whatever.
Said Jackass.
Yeah, Jackass.
By the way, speech typos will be a thing. Originally, I called Kevin Smith, Kevin James, Kevin Smith. I just did it again. Kevin James, Kevin Smith when we did the Pixel movie. So if you saw that and you hated on it, thank you. It's okay. Hate.
Please.
It makes me stronger.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my best friend and co-host for Wonderful World of Weaver.
He started it. I'm just along for the ride.
Yep. I'm the one that had the genius idea. Although this guy did come up with the name. Many, many years ago. Way back in high school.
We're old.
Very old.
I remember what it's like to carry quarters in my shoes to make phone calls.
I never carried them in my shoes.
Payphones. Well, if you carry them in your pocket, they fall out.
I always carried them in my pocket.
Well, I was a very active child.
So was I.
Climbing, swimming.
Yep. They never fell out.
Well, you're blessed.
Mm-hmm. Because I was smart, and I put them in a pocket that actually closed.
No, I just put in my front pocket, and they fall out while I was doing stuff, and
Yeah, I always wore cargo pants and cargo shorts as a kid.
and I had
So.
to call collect, and then my mom would beat my ass when I got home. You don't know, kids.
You don't know the struggles.
The struggle is real. It's not DiGiorno, it's the struggle.
It's destruction.
What?
Destruction.
Transformers?
Yep.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I really hope that's a dead franchise. I can't do another one.
I cannot. I'm not going to go see the next Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh, I'm going to see the next Ninja Turtles. I thought that one was awesome.
No. They focused too much on April O'Neil. They did.
What? They showed the entire birth, life, and growth of the Turtles. They were the
Yeah, and guess who was their master? Guess who was their owner? April freaking O'Neil, who had never had any contact with them in every other storyline. The only time they met April O'Neil was after they were already mutated.
They have to make things clean and clear cut for the kids, man. It's all for the kids. Remember, those movies were not just for adults. The adults were there for the ride because it was our stuff. I mean, look at Pixels. Everybody hated on it, and I thought it was a great movie.
I loved Pixels.
I thought Ninja Turtles was a great movie.
I didn't think
it was a new, imaginative. I mean, I'm glad they weren't aliens from another dimension.
That would have made me flip.
Gasket when I heard that one.
I
was like, we got trolled.
Yeah, it's like, it's no longer the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now it's the Teenage Alien Ninja Turtles.
From another dimension.
Yeah.
Which is scary because they did that in the cartoon show, the new one.
But they were.
They actually had like a whole dimension of turtles.
That was really weird. But in the original Ninja Turtles series, they did have
parallel
realities where animals were bipedal.
Yep, and that's where Crane came from.
And Yoshimitsu.
The brain.
And Yoshimitsu, the samurai bunny.
Oh, he was so cool.
Okay, rabbit, not bunny.
I don't care.
But he was badass, and he was my favorite character.
It's just, that's because he was samurai.
Actually, I think he's the reason why I got into samurai.
But I thought the movie was really good. And I thought that it was exactly what it needed to be for this new generation to kickstart something great.
I still didn't like it, but that's because it wasn't nostalgic enough for me.
There's only one thing I had a problem with.
What?
Splinter getting his ass kicked.
He technically didn't get his ass kicked until closer to the end.
That's my point. It's like Shredder cheated. He had magnetic repelled knives. He threw them, and then they came right back. And I was like, that is so cheap and cheesy that it's just not even plausible.
Yeah,
and it kind of diminished Shredder as a character. And the fact that they had a kick-ass actor for Shredder, and you see him out of the samurai suit twice?
I think it was twice.
I just saw him once. It was when he was training, and I thought he was in the suit the whole time.
Could be.
And that's the thing. They have such an amazing actor, and then you got a CGI Shredder.
Mm-hmm.
That upset me. I hope if they go through with the next one that there is some type of clearance or...
It's Michael Bay. It's not going to happen.
I keep forgetting that.
Yeah. Michael Bay, everybody, ruining our childhoods.
I think you should do Biker Mice from Mars. No, think about it. You have Michael Bay.
I was about to say, even if it was produced by Michael Bay, I would still go see it.
No, I don't care. Michael Bay could do Biker Mice from Mars wonderfully because Biker Mice from Mars was all about stuff blowing up.
Yeah,
giant rodents on motorcycles. Mm-hmm. It made no sense whatsoever.
But it was awesome.
I mean, every time they ran into someone new, they didn't even freak out.
Yep.
It became so normal that there were giant mice on motorcycles driving around. And I just think that would be awesome. I'm talking like a straight Michael Bay film. So there's no like hiding in the shadows. It's a bunch of mice trolling around Texas or just the lower warm states, basically, fighting biker gangs. That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. What about Street Sharks?
I don't think we're ready for Street Sharks.
You don't think the kids are ready for Street Sharks?
I don't think we're ready for Street Sharks. I don't think Michael Bay's ready for Street Sharks. He hasn't even reached a level yet where he could handle Street Sharks. Isn't it true they're doing an Earthworm Jim?
I don't know about that.
No, the Tick. The Tick.
Yeah,
the new Tick.
They are making a new Tick.
That's gonna be cool.
I don't know if they're doing a Five Nights at Freddy movie.
Well, it can't be any worse than The Visit. M. Night, you did it again. I think he's trying to see how many bad movies he can make. How many people go see
Kind of like Adam
bad
Sandler
movies.
is doing.
No, I mean, Adam Sandler makes comedies. I mean,
Yeah,
The
but-
Visit was... Okay, here's real quick. Here's my thing on The Visit. It was funny. The twist was surprising. The horror was ridiculous. It really displayed like natural horror. It was like dealing with old people's dementia and psycho craziness.
Something that could actually happen.
Oh yeah, like it was completely realistic. But then no spoilers for this one because it's still out in theaters. But the kids were just as jacked up. Like the kids in the movie were just as jacked up psychologically as the old people. So it literally came down to a battle of crazy. And on one hand, I was like, you know what? That was worth $7 of my life. Well, 8 or 9, whatever. It was worth the roughly $10 of my life to see that once. Everybody else I went with was not happy.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for today. Hope you guys enjoyed our little ranting and raving.
Yeah.
So until next time, have a good evening.